Hello, everyone. And yeah, I know I've been away for a very long time, and recently I misplaced my mic. So, yeah, there were no audio, you know, uh, or long format videos with voiceover on them. And even now, I'm doing this with my earphone. So, I'm hoping that the mic is good enough for the audio quality to come out decent. And yeah, so it's New Year's time, and yeah, it's a whole new year, and I wanted to, make some figure modifications. So the last time I was doing this, someone was actually kind enough to point it out to me that I should not use copyright characters because, it's generally like not a good idea to play around with those, especially if you are dipping your toes into the category where you are making like R18 or adult rated modifications, because it might get complicated. So I decided to avoid that altogether, and decided to go for my own characters, or like randomly created characters which are not really copyrighted. So yeah, this time I wanted to I started with this figure of Supersonico, which was from if I remember correctly, this is By Cute Bunny's figure. And honestly, I didn't know about them earlier, and once I found out, they are probably my favorite figures for female characters, because they make big figures. Like, the size is pretty good. This is around 30 centimeters tall, and I love it. This is an absolute, like, it's to begin with, the figure itself is very beautiful, and you can just have it as is for your collection, and it will stand out because of the sheer size of it. And also the sculpting is great as usual. On top of that, like, it's very well worked. I mean, I don't have much to say for this. It's a good figure and it's a good size and everything, so I was like, I will modify this because it's big. And so yeah, once I started with the modifications, I did like the usual stuff, and this is the first time I decided I'll make the face by myself. Basically, not the whole face, but at least the expression. I wanted to change it, and I didn't want to paint the eyes on, I wanted to sculpt them. There are a lot of sculptors who actually sculpt the eyes, including the eyelashes, the eyebrows, and all that. So I wanted to try that, and honestly, like, it came off pretty well. And especially from the way that turned out, I decided that okay, we'll go for a dragon theme, since 2024 is like the year of the dragon and whatnot. So, and I think I started it around the end of the year, so I was like, okay, we go for this. Looking at the expression, and we had that socket for the bunny ears, and the headband for which was supposed to be the headphones for Supersonico, but I was like, okay, I'll just convert it into whatever. So I decided to go for basically a character who is dressed up as a dragon, or like in some kind of cosplay for a dragon. And yeah, that was the basic idea. I did like go for all the exaggerations in the proportion and everything, because I was planning to make it an adult rated figure, so where it'll probably have like cast off parts and all those things. But once I got to it, at least to me, it felt like the figure by itself looked pretty well, and it was like very good looking along with the clothes. And also I was like, yeah, maybe it's not worth investing time into making it an R-rated figure, because it looks like really awesome as it is. And this is the first time I was actually planning to, make it and maybe auction it, but then I decided that I want to keep this one for myself. So this is literally the first time I have made a figure or modeled a figure that I want to keep in my personal collection. So yeah, initially I made the connectors between the chest plates with putty. So okay, I think I don't need to repeat this because I have said it in previous videos that I use putty for modifications, and this time a lot of different things were used. Like I have been experimenting with a lot of different things. So yeah, the main body uses putty, and on top of that I used polyester putty to make it smoother and cover up any scratches and all those things. So there's polyester putty, then I used Mr. White putty, then there is Mr. Hobby cement. So all those things, I tried to make the surface as smooth as possible. On top of that, I went into sanding. I was sanding like a madman for a long time, starting from 80 grit right down to 1000 grit. At that point it was super smooth and really good looking. Then the clothes were made from, or not the clothes, but the chest pieces were made from air dry clay, which is stone powder clay, and which was then reinforced with UV resin. And the outer side was also both the sides were reinforced with UV resin. So initially the linkages were made with putty, and but then it didn't really suit my liking, so I decided to experiment with chains. So I bought some hobby chains from Amazon and decided to use that for the accessories. So finally, once the whole sculpting was done, you'll see that I did click some pictures with two of the Shenron figures that I had to have all the three dragons together for the year of the dragon 2024 and all the things. That was pretty exciting. And so finally I gave it a layer of surfacer and painted the eyes and basically some basic details on the face. And then I decided to give the chest piece a little shape. I wanted to have dragon wings, so I did that with I sanded down the original chest piece, which was made from stone powder clay, and then I used putty to give it some extra parts, and finally finished it off with a layer of UV resin. Once that was done, I decided that I want to have give it a chrome finish. So I did paint the clothes area, but I was actually wanting to give it a good mirrored finish, but I think I might have overdosed a bit on the chrome paint. Maybe I will try to correct that in the future, but as of now I have no plans of painting this. Like I said before, this is for my own collection, and I want to display it buy a display case and have it displayed on my table, because this is a really beautiful figure, and honestly I have no words to say how satisfied I am with the way it turned out, and it's really great. I'm happy with it, and I want to keep it for a long time. Maybe build a diorama, make a dragon around it or something, sculpt a dragon or something like that. So there are a lot of things I am very excited about, but I am planning to move on to figure painting next, and maybe modifying another figure, another one or two figures. Always, obviously I will keep doing those things, but they will be slow. And this one will stay with me as it is. I did write down the kanji for dragon in certain places on the figure, and yeah, honestly, this one looks really beautiful, and I love it. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say or share with you guys today. Since there is no tutorial here, like if you want me to go into detail about something, you can ask me in the comments and I'll do my best to explain. But otherwise, yeah, I just wanted to share my experience with working on this particular figure, which is like the first time like working on a no pre-existing character or anything like that, just a random character based around a particular theme. And I want to make more characters like that. So yeah, looking forward to those like more of these kind of works. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, leave a like if you had fun going through these pictures with me, living out the memory of making this figure, and yeah, commemorating the year of the dragon with this beautiful figure. So yeah, finally, I hope you guys have an awesome year ahead. And may the how do I say this, may the blessings of the dragon lady be with you. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.